Hello, world. This is DJ Craven, and you're listening to the Craven Happiness Podcast. Welcome to episode 13. Thought I'd do a little bit something different here for lucky number 13 and go to the foothills of Kilimanjaro. Last fall, October 2019, I was fortunate enough to go to Kilimanjaro to try to climb to the summit with 10 individuals, and we were able to raise over $250,000 for a local cancer center here in Meadville. And I wanted to document that experience in some way, somehow. And what I ended up doing was basically do a little video log at the end of each night in the tent, and just a little 60 to 45 second video of just how my experience was for the day. And then ended up with a wrap up there at the end once I got back here stateside. So here's that experience. Here's my documentation of it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you can get something out of it. And we'll see you on the other side. Hello everyone, we've made it finally on the mountain. This is the end of day one. Getting ready to go to sleep here with my bunkmate. Say hi, Jay.
Hello.
We are wrapped up, like I said, on day one. We're on, let's see if I can get this right, at the camp called, let's see if I can find it again. We're gonna go with Matai Makubwa. That's what we're gonna go with. So pretty good day, I would say. We had great weather, overcast the whole day, not too hot, nice cool weather, very slow, slow pace today. All 10 made it here fine, made it safely, and all is well here at Matai Makubwa. So tomorrow we'll have another little bit of a longer day. We went about 4 miles today, 1,700 feet to our first base camp. The food was excellent all day. Ever since we've been here, has been great. So we'll catch you on day two, hopefully here in the tent, and still safe and sound. We're here from Shira Camp 1, elevation 11,500. It was a good day today. We traveled much further today. We traveled about 5 miles. We had lunch in between. We went about 2,500 feet elevation change, so certainly got our mojo on from there. After lunch, it was all uphill almost the whole way. We went from the rainforest into the moorland, which opened up a little bit towards the end. We were actually able to see some sunlight, but it rained on us most of the day. So pretty wet today, a little bit colder here this evening. We're in the tents a little earlier. Tomorrow will be much lighter day. We'll go to Shira Camp 2, and 4 miles we'll do in the morning till lunch, and then we'll probably have the rest of the day to rest and do a few things for leading up to the next day. But much better day today. I actually feel better today than I did any of the days. So that was a good thing, and I was able actually to phone home and talk to Jennifer and Josephine for a brief time. We actually got some random service out in the mountain. So good day today, and we'll see you on the next day. Hello from Shira Camp 2. We are currently sitting at 12,750 feet. It is certainly bedtime as some of the porters set up their tent outside. Hopefully I'm not waking up my tent mate Jay. He's already passed out, but I just wanted to give a quick update. Today we went from Shira Camp 1 to Shira Camp 2 on the sheer plateau. It was pretty scenic to start. The clouds rolled in and then rained on us probably the last hour and a half or so. The grade wasn't crazy hard, wasn't too difficult, but we went 6 miles in about 4 hours. So certainly a long day in that regard, but we had a nice easy afternoon. Tomorrow will be very difficult, probably the second hardest day outside of summit day. We will go 9 miles. As I mentioned, we're going to go over 3,000 feet elevation change to Lava Tower, which is over 15,000 feet, which will be up there. That'll give us some good acclimatization. We'll get there, eat lunch there, and then come all the way back down to 13,000 feet and sleep down there at Barako Camp, I believe. I'll give you that update tomorrow. So I'm feeling pretty well. I had a little spill on my thumb probably about 2 minutes after I made the video last night. Seems to be okay, pretty bruised, but I'm able to use my poles today. So we'll get it checked out when we get stateside. So just wanted to give a quick update, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hello, reporting here from Bronco Camp. We are approximately 13,000 feet. We had a very, very long day. We started at 7:30 this morning at 12,750 feet at Shira Camp 2, just off the plateau, and made our way up through. We had some pretty good weather most of the morning. Then we ran into a little bit of rain and some cold breezes, but made our way all the way up to Lava Tower, which is at 15,200 feet. And took us quite a while to get there. I think it was close to like 6.5 hours. We got lunch there, very quick stop, less than 30 minutes in and out. And then I made our way all the way back down to where we're at now. As I said, 13,000 feet here at Bronco Camp. Bronco Camp is very busy, junction point here, and a lot of people coming from other routes into this area. Tomorrow should be an acclimatization day. Hopefully we should be done in 5 hours. We're going to start up early to try to beat the crowd. We're getting up at 5. I might get up a little earlier than that just to help with my ankles and my routine. And breakfast will be at 6, and then we should be hopefully on the trail by 7. As a crew, we're doing fairly well. A couple of us, there's a couple people that ran into a few things today. Hopefully they're all good tomorrow. Myself, I feel pretty good. I had a headache most of the day. Finding out now that sugar apparently helps with headaches. I had no idea until I came to 13,000 feet to find that out. So I'm going to start to load up on the sugar tomorrow and through the night here tonight, and hopefully that'll take care of that. But other than that, I feel well. But extremely exhausted. We had a very long day today, over 9 miles, and I think we were probably on the trail for over 10 hours. So long day today. Hopefully get some sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow. One quick correction, Karanga Camp, where we're at here tonight at the end of day 5, is actually at 13,200 feet. And tomorrow, which is Barafu Camp, we're going to go 2,200 feet to there, which my math is correct. Don't fact check me. Is 15,400 feet. So just one correction. We'll see you tomorrow. Hello, welcome to Karanga Camp, 14,500 feet. We had a nice day today. It was a lot longer than expected, but ultimately we made it. We started at Bronco Camp, which I think was about 13,000 feet. We had to do the Bronco Wall, which was very cool, very exciting. It was almost everybody kept saying it was fun. We all on all fours, scrambling through this wall, kind of this path cut through this wall, very steep. You'll be able to see all the pictures and videos. Very nice. There was a spot where we had to actually use called Kiss the Rock, where you're scaled all your chest right up against the rock, and there's sheer cliff down behind you. So it was pretty cool. Ultimately, I think it was around 845 feet to the top of that. So we scaled that in about 2 or 3 hours. And then made our way through up and down, got completely rained on. The weather changed on us like crazy. It was really nice in the morning, really nice and dry. Nice view of the I think I'm not sure what peak it was, but certainly of the snow-capped peak of Kilimanjaro. And in the morning, and sun, actually it was nice warm area coming down off of Bronco Wall, and then we started going back up and down, and it ended up raining on us and misting. I mean, you couldn't even see, probably 10 feet in front of you was the visibility. So very slow going, but we got here a little bit late. We did get here though, had lunch around 2 o'clock, 2:30. Went back to our tents, got ready. That's what we're doing here. That's what we just got done now. We're gonna go ready for some tea here. It's about almost 5 o'clock local time, and we're gonna have some dinner and get a little prep for the day tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to go to so we're in Karanga Camp now. We're going to go up to Barafu Hut Camp. We're going to meet with is it Mokwaba? I forget how you pronounce it, trail. So even busier tomorrow. And tomorrow technically should be a short day as well, but I bet it'll turn into a 4, 5, 6 hour day. But get to camp early, and then ultimately we're going to get to bed early, because then the following night will be summit day, which will take us into our final push to the to Uri Peak. So shall talk to you then. Everybody's, I think for the most part, is doing well. Sandy, I think, is ultimately going to have to turn back. That can't be confirmed at this point, but the rest of 9 of us, we should be able to carry on. Myself, I'm doing okay. My thumb is managing. Certainly can't do anything quickly without getting shortness of breath, managing your sugar intakes to help with the headaches, and then ultimately, obviously, your water management as well too. So we'll see. We'll check in tomorrow, and day 5 is in the books of 8 days. So hello. I didn't get to vlog the rest of my trip. So as you can see, I'm here home safe and in my office, and certainly a little bit clean shaved compared to the last time. But I left off with Karango Camp, I believe. The next night we made it to Barafu. That day was significantly easier. It was a nice little warm up, for the day, before Summit Day, I should say. We got to camp around midday, had lunch. We're able to take a nap. I took a nap for about an hour and a half until about 4 o'clock, and then we had gear check. Jay and I had gear check with Augustine, just making sure that we had everything correct for Summit Day. Then we went to mess tent for tea and some food, some more food, dinner. Went back to tents to sleep for another hour and a half. Got up at 10 o'clock at night. Hurried through getting ready. We didn't have to tear down our stuff inside the tent, which was nice because we were going to come back. And had breakfast, had food again, got ready. Again, this is in the middle of the night, and 11:30, headlamps and all, layered up, and started heading up the mountain. We left Barafu Camp, which again was at 15,200, 400 feet, somewhere around there. Made it through the night, and ultimately summited. Before we got to the summit, though, probably about 2:30 in the morning for me, it was becoming evident for me specifically that it was going to be difficult for me to do this, to get to the summit. Again, it's 2:30 in the morning. We're at one of the breaks, and I kind of had a conscious decision of, okay, I'm going to just push through this thing no matter what, as much as I can. It was more mental than physical for me. Easily the hardest thing I've ever had to do, to make it up and then make it down. Very, very difficult. I was to the point of, I refer to it as a child. I couldn't carry my pack anymore. Evans is the one that carried my pack, and ultimately he's the one that unscrewed the water bottle for me so that I could drink it. He would then screw the lid back on. He would also take candy or snacks out of my pack, open it up for me, and physically feed it to me. That was where I was at mentally. It was right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot mentality for the next 6 hours, until about 8:20 when we got ultimately to the peak. And very excited. It was kind of a surreal moment then. It's starting to finally sink in now here almost a week and a half later, and being back in the States for a week. But it was an unbelievable experience is the best way to describe, that final thing. Thank goodness that Richie was able to take some video so I can remember what it looks like, and some pictures, because some of it is still putting pieces together for myself. Made it to the peak about 8:20, started making our way down. We met up with the Johnsons at the Stella Point, which was awesome. We got another group photo there. Continued our way down. I was told going up that sometimes the going down is the hardest part, and I would tend to think that that's not really too far-fetched. Going down was very difficult. As I mentioned, it was extremely difficult for me because I was just so exhausted. I was so tired. I only had 3 hours of sleep. We're going through the night, and the altitude for me just drained me. I mean, I felt very lethargic. Wanted to go to sleep almost at all times. And I told myself on the breaks going up to not fall asleep because I didn't want that to affect me. But after I made the peak, I didn't keep that same mentality. And anytime we took a break, if it was for 2 minutes or it was 10 minutes, I was instantly asleep and taking a little nap until somebody woke me up and said it's time to go and time to keep going down. So we got down to camp somewhere around midday again. So we're talking 12 to 14 hours later. We get back down to camp. Joshua, my man, my kaka, my brother, led me down into camp. I completely collapsed in my tent which was already thankfully still set up. He took off my gaiters, he took off my boots, and I crawled the rest of the way in the tent. He zipped it up. Then I slept there for about an hour until I think Jay eventually woke me up and said, "Hey, we're going to go eat some lunch." So we went and eat some lunch. This is down at Barafu Camp again at 15.2. The good news was that we were down to a little bit more of a safe elevation. But the bad news was that after lunch, we had to pack up our tents and ended up walking another 5.5 hours. Ended up finishing the day in the dark. It was 7:30, I think, by the time we got to that last camp, excuse me, Moika, I forget how you pronounce it, all the way down to 10,000 feet. So we had gone vertical 4,000 feet and then came down 9,000 feet, all in a 21-hour period. And most difficult 21 hours I've ever had in my life, for sure. Slept well that night, obviously. Had a little bit of, right before we summited, had a little bit of wheezing and almost felt like liquid in my chest, and ultimately had that throughout the day of summiting, had it kind of through most of the night. That night, we got down to 10,000 feet, but then by the morning, it was completely gone. Had a little bit of a cough with it and was coughing up some fluid. But by the morning, it was completely gone, and haven't seen anything of it since. So certainly some altitude getting to me, whatever that may be from a biological, technical reason. But after that camp, we woke up that morning. We had probably somewhere around a 4-hour hike to get down to the gate. And we were met there with the Johnsons and Sandy, which was awesome. They were all clean and smelled a lot nicer than we did. And we got a group picture at the sign that said congratulations. And we all had a beer. We checked in at the gate, and I think Richard pulled some strings, and we didn't have to stand in line. We got our own book to sign, and that was very nice. Somebody paid for the beers, and also somebody paid for our boots to get cleaned, which was awesome. Had a nice lunch there after that, and a nice ceremony with all of our crew, which cannot say enough on how amazing they were. Embark was a very first-class organization, in my opinion, and wouldn't have had it any other way. It was just an amazing bonds and relationships that we formed, and that ceremony there at the end was just one part of it, but certainly culminated everything, and was pretty fantastic nonetheless. And after that, we were able to get to the hotel and get some nice clean clothes after a nice hot shower, and then ultimately some dinner, and spent the next 24 hours ish hanging out in Moshi, packing up our stuff and getting some things gathered up. We gave a bunch of items to ultimately Freddie, handled all the tip money and everything along those lines, and then went to the airport. It was probably about 5 o'clock local time that we went to the airport on the bus, and 31 hours later, we landed in Pittsburgh. So that was the trip. Again, all in all, unbelievable experience for me. Once in a lifetime. I am so happy that I was able to be a part of this and the opportunity. And not to bury the punchline, but I think we raised close to $250,000 or even over $250,000 for such a great cause. And to be able to experience what we experienced and then raise the money that we've raised, it's been something that's just been unbelievable, and I feel so honored and special to be a part of it. So this will be the last of the vlogging. If anybody actually watches these things, thanks for watching.